Republicans make a huge miscalculation about the No Kings protest, and now they're paying the price. And I interview Adam Schiff, Daniel Goldman, and Robert Garcia this week. I'm Brian Tyler Cohen, and you're watching No Lie. Trump and Republicans have spent the last week leading up to Saturday trying to rebrand the No Kings protest as the Hate America rally, where a bunch of violent leftists and domestic terrorists would wreak havoc on their cities and their country. In fact, I was especially concerned that given the already hot rhetoric about No Kings, that was already half the battle in terms of giving Trump his justification to be able to send more troops into American cities or even invoke the Insurrection Act. In all, the GOP spent the entire week spoon-feeding their supporters, their base, some really big talk about the danger that was about to take place at the hands of the left. Cut to, the No Kings protest happened. There was virtually zero violence anywhere in this country, despite a staggering 7 million people coming out and taking to the streets in what ultimately amounted to the biggest single-day protest in American history. The NYPD released a statement saying that there were zero arrests. I spent the day at the biggest LA protest where there wasn't a single bout of violence. I believe one rally-goer in Ohio was hit by a car and broke her leg, but even in that case, that wasn't an instance of anyone on the left committing violence, which means that Trump and Republicans are left looking really, really stupid after an entire week fear-mongering to their base about the imminent danger that would be caused by this rally. So, why is this important? Because it puts on full display the completely baseless nature of these claims being put forward by Republicans. They spent all week warning about the collapse of society at the No Kings protest, and we managed to get 7 fucking million people to be completely peaceful, which gives a window into the Trump team's strategy as it relates to all of the violence that they're claiming happens. Remember when they needed an excuse to deploy troops to LA this summer and said that the city was no longer capable of effectuating its laws, and that's why they needed to send in the troops? And of course that was shut down in court, but then the Trump administration said that Portland and Chicago were experiencing insurrections, and that's why they needed to send in the troops there. And of course that was shut down by the courts. Now, you're starting to see the extent to which these people gin up fake violence to justify an escalation that never should have happened in the first place. The sad reality is that the Trump administration is looking for any excuse to be able to inflame tensions in this country because doing so benefits them. And it benefits them on multiple levels. They get to use that as some bogus pretext to illegally deploy the military in cities across the country, a military that Donald Trump will undoubtedly try and rig the upcoming elections with, which I've spoken about ad nauseum. Beyond that, they get to continue stoking division. They get to tell their base how dangerous and radical the left is so that they can make sure the working class Republicans are always at war with working class Democrats. And this way, nobody pays attention to the wealthy politicians who are